Jamaican do it to a lot of people. Oh, well, for unfinished house because them start too big, them can't bad mind. Oh, I don't like that about Jamaicans. We do that a lot. We shame people for even trying. And it's still better than living in a fear, say, a man, when you're in your 60s, 70s, 80s, and you're sick on your bed, somebody will knock you up and tell you, say, you have to come out because you can't pay a mortgage. Imagine 3 months pass and you're sick and you can't go to work. You might lose your house. But guess what? Even if it's a little tattoo on a little piece of lot, and you don't pay for, if you pay for and you bill it. If you're sick in that clot, all you need to worry about is food and medicine. And hope you get a community. You're still gonna have HOA fees and blah blah. Me no want to retire with them kind of problem there. Me gonna tell you the truth. I will tell anyone, do not get discouraged, and yes you can. And do not sit up here and believe that you're too old, you're 30 or 40 or 50 or 60, even 70, and you want to still build your house. Build your house. Don't let your ambition die with you. That, oh, I wanted this, but I couldn't do it. Because don't blame your kids, don't blame your husband, don't blame life itself. Do it, because most of us actually that lives in the state have come up with a lot of money sometimes, and then we get carried away. Instead of we buy a house or build a house in Jamaica, we buy a big car or peso. All man says that don't make your dream die with you, and don't feel ashamed if you only could put up a room or two. Hey, that's fine. You have somewhere to go when you go to Jamaica instead of go out. So no matter nobody shame you in you taking your time and doing it. You know what? This is for all the people that want to build their home in Jamaica, you know, really have their big dream of building their big house, and some cannot really finish it. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with building what you want. There's nothing wrong with having what you want in your own country. Any means necessary, that's up to you how you want to get it. That's up to you. No one have an opinion. Really, no one opinion matters really how you come about it, because some people that never tried and will never try to build a house in Jamaica will always have the biggest opinion. And yes, I'm going to say this. Some people that don't have nothing there is the main one that always have something to say about someone building in Jamaica. And let me tell you this. Enough with Jamaicans, we're bad mind. We're bad mind to the core, where it shows, and the hate is real when it comes down to people trying to have something in Jamaica, no matter how small, no matter how big. If it's too big, it's a problem. If it's too small, it's a problem. You guys, grow the hell up and leave people alone. Let people do what they want to do. Yes, I might come on here and make my opinion or my suggestions, but that's it. I don't sit up here and bad mind about it. They want to have a big house and they never finish it, and them sit down in it same way. I fit them business that's not yours. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. And if you're new here, welcome. And if you've never been here before, welcome back. And please consider subscribing to my channel. God bless. We all have big plans of going back home. And a lot of us made up our mind, oh, no matter what, we're going to do it, right? So a lot of the intimidation is seeing what's going on now with the prices, the house prices or home prices in Jamaica, where it's ridiculous. And why I call it ridiculous? Who's really going to have $50 million to buy a home right now in Jamaica? And even for the people that's living in Jamaica, I will tell the same. Abroad, Jamaica, wherever you at, go ahead. And if you can find yourself with $5 to $10 million, buy a piece of land. You can buy a piece of land for maybe $2 million. And yes, it's possible. And I know it's possible because it can be done. Don't let nobody, no naysayers, come on here and tell you different if you're watching this video. You can. All it takes is time to find a spot. But if you're looking, you seek and you shall find, and you will find it. A lot of people tell people a bunch of different stories like, oh, you can't find this because everything is expensive everywhere. But let me tell you something. Lots are easy to find. Sometimes it's not exactly where you want it to be. But listen, you have to broaden your horizon. You have to open your mind and be optimistic and stop being so pessimist. Be a pessimist to life like, oh, I can't do this. I can't. Yes, you can. In Jamaica, a lot of people was told the only way if it succeed in a life is to leave Jamaica and go somewhere else. Not true. In my case, my parents did the same because that's what they was grown up to believe, and they drag us along with them. Am I ungrateful to it? No. Am I saying, oh, it shouldn't have happened? No. All I could tell you is it's not the best choice for everybody, but it had happened to a lot of kids where they come here and they know them they're Jamaican and them don't have nowhere to go, no, because them not understand nothing about Jamaica. Life have changed. Remember, not to every decision you make, there's consequences, there's rewards, and there's consequences to the actions that you take in life, even for your children. A lot of people don't understand that as a young person growing up and having ambition, it's very hard to stick to your passion, and it's very hard to stick to things that you want. Sometimes you get distracted. Like for instance, no people left and come America and then get distracted. Why they get distracted? It's not because they want to be distracted. It's just the fact that life be life in. You have children, you have house. You probably already buy a house in America and say, okay, me pick them done barn yes, so I have to have somewhere yes for them. You start think about matter of fact, you have to maintain a day-to-day life because a lot of us don't even think about that. That's a lot. It takes a lot to maintain a lifestyle in America, regardless. Believe it or not, people don't know this. Jamaica just as much and even more because the prices are a little bit more inflated in Jamaica than in America when it comes down to homes, food, everything, cars, everything you're spending on. So to me, a lot of people want to go down there and take out a mortgage and take out a car. Maybe them can afford it and them have a decent job but they can't pay it. So don't get me wrong enough. For those who kudos to you, I'm not talk to you. I talk to the one them who cannot afford that kind of situation. But me wouldn't advise me I got return as a retiree to go back to Jamaica. You go get up and go take out a mortgage or go take out a loan for your car and a pay a monthly payment. Then there's something that ridiculous because if you're even there Jamaica and right now and I work 200,000, $300,000, which we know that's even some doctors' income right now, which yes, so you can work that as even in the McDonald's within the month. That don't make no sense to me. You understand me? No disrespect, but that's just the facts. Nurses just the same. You have it, and you have to take out and buy a house, and the cheapest house me see so far, they do have some home for like 20 something $1 million. But yes, that mortgage is still a hefty sum to be paying each month. You're still looking roughly $100,000 in change just to pay for a 20 million dollar home in Jamaica. I mix up the number then. Anyway, a lot of people don't understand. So the next thing is for a lot of the times why people having it difficult to say even buying the house in Jamaica because the income they don't some of them are gonna really use the income when you have yes so but buy the house in Jamaica and it not gonna add up because they go most banks that you borrow from a Jamaica, yes, they're gonna ask you to do a credit check. They're gonna ask you about your income here, what you have to pay, what you have to do. So to me, the alternative for a lot of people is buy a piece of land and put up your house. So even when they're Jamaica, where they're America, no make them tell us that Jamaica say, oh, you can't do this. Yes, you can. They can go a different route. You don't necessarily have to use the bank. And yes, you can build your house by just saving your money, buying your land and taking your time. And yes, if you have if me believes if you can sit down and save $5 to $10 million, even $20 million, build a house, and you can still have money on a day-to-day basis to do your thing. Yes, you're gonna have a little hiccup here and there, and yes, you're not gonna factor in the fact that yes, you're gonna get a little nick right here and there from the whoever building your home or whatever. You're gonna get a little nick here and there from your little contractor or wherever whoever you use. Me personally wouldn't use a contractor. It's good, and it's some people say it's the best thing, but they're my teeth just the same. Just the same if you get a trade man to do it, and you can't be your own architect. You can't do it and tell them dictate to them exactly what you want, and they'll do it because people have done it for years. But some people pretend like everything is have to be meticulously done. Yes, you do have to get approval for this and that, but that can be worked around. Everything I'm telling you is still possible with your little $10 million, which people don't want to say it's true, but it is, and I know it for a fact. I don't need nobody to come on here and tell me, oh, you can't tell me nothing. And I have the proof is in the pudding. Anyways, what I'm saying is don't get discouraged because if you get up and you contact your bank at Jamaica. Say you stay with this bank for like maybe around 20 years, which most of us have if you leave Jamaica and come and stay there for 20 years. Most of the time we did have a bank account. Enough of we keep up with a bank account. See if we look a nick here and there. You call them and you say, oh, I want to buy a house. What I need to do, even a car. The first thing I'm going to tell you is to pull a credit report on you. Most of them. Then after you pull your credit report, the first thing you're going to factor in is your home where you're living right now in America, your car note, and if it's on there, it's going to be seen. You have your food, they're going to factor in, everything that they feel like is it's necessary to factor in to deduct. Then they're going to go off of that income. So it's a possibility you won't even get that much money to borrow from them. Then you have NHT, which is a valuable source in a sense, but some people don't like it, and I understand why. A lot of ways you can go about, and I don't discourage no one from using NHG because NHG is a great source, especially for people that has low income or whatever, but it's still a little stickler too because they take so long to do the process for anyone right now in Jamaica. But I will tell anyone, do not get discouraged, and yes, you can. And do not sit up here and believe that you're too old, you're 30 or 40 or 50 or 60, even 70, and you want to still build your house. Build your house. Don't let your ambition die with you. that, oh, I wanted this, but I couldn't do it. Because don't blame your kids, don't blame your husband, don't blame life itself. Do it, because most of us actually that lives in the state have come up with a lot of money sometimes, and then we get carried away. Instead of we buy a house or build a house in Jamaica, we buy a big car up here, so, or we get to buy a big house, yeah, so. And most of the time, we all know we still have to go to the mortgage. You get them $50,000 down on a house, and you still have a mortgage. We have to pay $1,500 a lot one time for. It don't make no sense, but it is sense because you have to live there. Just in case if you have to pay rent, I guess are the same. But what I say is that don't make your dream die with you, and don't make your dream just sit on because people say, oh, it's too expensive. Because sometimes I know the prices scare us the hell away, and it scares me away a lot of the times, but that doesn't stop me from doing. And we've been building the house for a while, and trust me, we still vacation, we still do everything. We just take our time. We don't make the people then we're watching. I say, I have people say, now go ever stop, finish build like the house, blah blah. And all we have to do is put windows and doors, and then hey, kids are behind. It's not your house. We still have downstairs 3 bedrooms downstairs to sleep in. I don't care what your opinion of what we're gonna do or what we're gonna listen. People always watches what you do. So don't feel ashamed if you only could put up a room or two. Hey, that's fine. You have somewhere to go when you go to Jamaica instead of go out. Imagine you going to a hotel paying $250 per night, right? Per person. If you do together, maybe you go pay $450. And then you only spending, actually out of 24 hours, you're only spending 20 hours there. And then when it's time to leave, you don't spend maybe around a good $3,000 at this hotel. You don't want to leave, right? But guess what? You can't afford to stay. Why you can't afford to stay? Because your money is done. $3,000 to stay at a hotel. Mind you, if you take your time and put up your two little room or whatever, you go down there, you say, I want to spend a week, you can spend 2, 3, 4, 5, even the whole time you can say, if you know I'm gonna go back to America, because guess what? You're done, put on your two little room. And guess what? Nobody can put you out. When you're done, you got to go and they got to cut off your little tag at the all inclusive that you pay hundreds of dollars for. I'm not saying, just realistically, I'm speaking like the feeling that you will get out of your two room, no matter what nobody wants to say, it can't take away that feeling from you. So no matter nobody shame you, you taking your time and doing your houses by stages, because that's what people do. And a lot of Jamaican do it, a lot of people, oh, well, for unfinished house because them start too big, them can't bad mind. Oh, them get up and them start the house and look how the house big. They could have just, yes, they could have just put up 2 room and stuff, but regardless of what, that's their choice. You understand me? And even if you get to me, wouldn't suggest no one get up and start such a big house, but I will not sit up there and blame and sit down there and try to shame nobody because them cannot finish them house. Because guess what? The fact is, they have that, and the people that's talking don't have nothing down there to go home to. Regardless of why, no, even if it's big as Methuselah and they never finish, you can finish one room and sleep and eat if you choose to. So at the end of the day, there's no shame in it. I'm not saying to go that route, because that's not what I'm saying. But people like to shame people for even trying, and I don't like that about Jamaicans. We do that a lot. We shame people for even trying. And shaming someone for trying, I think, is something more like of a low self-esteem problem for a lot of people. Why they do it? Because they can't and they don't have the guts to do it. So they look at you and they try to shame you for trying. And you're not gonna shame me for trying. You're not gonna shame me even if I'm not trying. You're not shame me much less. But the fact is that you get up and you try if you say go buy even a big house for $47 million car. That's the one when me say what me like. So me keep on saying it. And for you get up and go find that right now, if you go live in an apartment, plus you still have maintenance, you still have this, you still have that. Even a gated community, you're still gonna have HOA fees and blah blah. Me no want to retire with them kind of problem there. Me gonna tell you the truth. Me want us living in my place and don't have payment for no car note. Me want have payment for no mortgage. Yes, me will pay my taxes because that's necessary. We can't get around the tax man. That's just logics of life. I wish it wasn't like that, but it is what it is. But if you get up and pay taxes plus a mortgage plus HOA fees plus that's too much. So if you get up and you can buy your land solely by your own and put up your 2 room, 3 room, or you can put up your whole entire house, go ahead and do it, because guess what? It's still better than living in a fear, say, a man, when you're in your 60s, 70s, 80s, and you're sick on your bed, somebody will knock you up and tell you, say, you have to come out because you can't pay a mortgage. Imagine 3 months pass and you're sick and you can't go to work. You might lose your house. But guess what? Even if it's a little tattoo on a little piece of lot, and you don't pay for it, if you pay for it and you bill it, if you're sick in that cloth, all you need to worry about is food and medicine. And hopefully maybe you can pay somebody to help you wash 2 pieces of dirty clothes. So listen, people, don't let nobody tell you differently like you can't do these things. It's possible. Do it, try it, and believe me, stop listening to the naysayers because they will keep you back from trying. People love to tell people not to do because they're afraid. True, them afraid, they might tell you not to try it. But if you come this far in the video, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing. God bless.